Hi, my name is Bianca, and this is my YouTube channel all about cross stitch, she.bee.stitching, and welcome back. Thank you for joining me. I am filming this super late at night. If I look tired, it's because I am. I was able to come back safe and sound from my trip home, and I've been slowly recovering from the non-sleep, too much sun, too much food. Yeah, and it's really late at night, but I wanted to get this up so I can show some really good progress that I have on my projects, and hopefully you'll stick around. So let's get into it. My first project that I want to talk about, oh, disclaimer, I don't have any patterns, final photos to show for any of the projects that I'm working on. I literally just sat down with my pile that I'm working on. Nothing's in bags. I have no charts. I have nothing. So it's going to be quick. So first I want to talk about Memento Mori by Sewing Starfish. And last time I was on here, I hadn't even finished the face, I believe. So my goal is to finish the face. My monthly goal is to try to finish the top of the clock. And here is where I got to. So we finally have a cute little creepy face to look at. And hopefully by the end of the month I'll be able to have like the top of the clock done. So yep, and that's on 14 count Ada, Black Ada, probably off Amazon. Next I want to talk about Snarky Cat by Teresa Kogut, and my goal was for the month was to finish the cat, and I have surpassed the cat. I have started working on the bottom half of the floor. I feel like once I got done with the cat with all the color changes, I'm sorry, the pumpkin with all the color changes, the rest of this, I knew it was going to move fast, but it's moving way quicker than I thought it was. So I was able to stitch a little bit when I was gone, and I spent like the morning working on the cat. So by the time I came home, I just had to finish like the hat and the rest of that. So really excited about that. Yeah, happy with my progress. Next, we can talk about, let's talk about Halloween Ouija by Tiny Modernist. Last time I was on here, I think my goal was to finish the top of the lattice on the roof, and I was able to do that. So I finished, I think it was the side that I needed to finish. So I finished the black lattice on this side. It took forever because I ended up making a mistake and having to frog some of it. But yeah, it's finally coming together. I'm finally seeing like the whole house being finished, I guess. So I think for the rest of the month, I'm going to try to finish this roof peak here and maybe like this side panel that I haven't finished. Sorry about that. It's been really hard to film also because since my husband isn't here, he's usually the one that rounds up the dogs and keeps them quiet for me, and I'm not gonna just lock my dogs in a room or like lock them outside. So I'll try to get rid of as much of the barking as I can. So hopefully you didn't hear too much. Anyways, so we were talking about this, and I really want to finish the house because I want to get back to working on each of the squares. And the ones that I've finished, I want to go back and put some of the purple that I'm using as like accents around it. So I really want to get this hopefully finish this year. It'd be really nice to finish this for Halloween, and be able to have it framed and everything. So we'll see. Okay, last video I talked about Strawberry Moonsow, that was put on by Marjorie Maid, and there's two projects that I want to work on. So one was Strawberry Ghost, and I can't remember the title of the other one, but it's like Strawberry Basket. And so I ended up starting Strawberry Ghost. Quick story about this material. I thought it was 18 count Ada because it was in my 18 count bag of Ada that I have, and it's definitely not. It's probably like 20, 22, I don't know, something really small. But I pulled it out and I started working on it, and I just wanted to do one strand to get it started, and I was in the middle of watching like a really good episode of probably Supernatural or something, and two wasn't working. Two threads wasn't working, and it kept like being really puffy, and it was hard for me to get the needle through. So absentmindedly, I just said, okay, well, let me just do it with one. So I started doing it with one, and I'm still going, and eventually I realized, like, this is freaking tiny. This is so small compared to what I usually do, and I was kind of like, what is this? But I'm fine with how it's coming, and I'm really pleased with it, so I just kept going. Anyways, let me show it to you. So this is my start on Strawberry Ghost. And I think this is, I can't remember, Witchy X Stitcher? Or, I'm sorry, Mama Witch Cross Stitch. So this is Mama Witch Cross Stitch on YouTube. And sorry if there's like shade from the light, but look how tiny, teeny tiny these X's are. And they're not perfect. Nobody's perfect, whatever. But yeah. So this is half of the ghost. And this is a very small pattern. I think it's like 50 or 60 by something, 70. It's really small. So hopefully I'll have this done by the end of the month. Yeah. And the last project I want to talk about is my progress on Halloween at Hawkhorn Hollow. Last video I had shown you that I'd finished block number 2. And I had a very tiny start on the border of block 3. So I've only worked on this for one day, I think. I think I was a little burnt out on trying to finish block 2. But here we are. Oops, hold on. Let's see. Rub a little more. So this is block 3. You can see like the border. And I started on the trees from the side. I think for this block, I am going to do the... I wish I could show you a picture. So this tree that's on the side here, there's another tree on this side, and this project actually has a lot fewer colors than the other 2 blocks. So my goal is, it's going to be a lot of 310. So this whole tree's in 310, and then I think there's more of the bottom that's filled out in 310, and then 310 on the side. And I think the Headless Horseman, I think he has black too. So a lot of 310. Let me show you what this is looking like all together. So here's block 1, block 2, and then part of 3. So slow progress. Progress is progress. I am still going to try to finish like half the block this month. That would be a really nice goal to have. I mean, it took me 6 months. It's like the middle of June, so June 16th, I think. So I was not as focused on finishing this as I feel like I am now. So I think I'll be able to make a lot more progress now that I'm thinking in my head, like, realistically, how long is this going to take me? Because before I kept saying, oh yeah, it's just going to take me forever. It's going to take me like 3 years, yada, yada, yada. And seeing other people on Flosstube show their progress. Cinematic Stitcher has, I think, officially decided that she's just going to do the top row. Her goal is to finish the top row for the year, and I might copy her on that. I know I've talked about her a lot, so if you haven't seen her, Cinematic Stitches, she's really awesome. She does a lot of really cool projects. So yeah, I think, oh, I did want to talk about, so that linen project that I scored from the thrift store, I tried, guys, let me show you the pattern really fast. So this is Are You My Mother by Bent Creek. So maybe I'll just show you that one. There we go. And it came with a piece of 28 count linen, which everybody says, start on 28 count. Start on 28 count. It's not that hard. Yes, it is. It is so freaking hard. This is the linen. Here is the thread that I had that I literally tried, like, I tried over and over. I watched like 5 different videos, and my stitches would not lay right. It just looked like a mess. So like, first they were too big, then they were too small, then it was too much thread, and then it was like not enough. So I messaged my friend Michelle that I gave the other pattern to, and I asked her if she had started it, and she said no. So tomorrow night is actually our cross stitch meetup, and I'm going to take this project and be like, please help, because I could not, I just couldn't. I have never stitched on anything but Ada, and I'm really happy with my Ada, but people keep trying to pressure me into joining the linen gang, linen world. So I would like to be able to stitch on linen just because that opens up a lot of more fabric choices and dye jobs. So I'm really excited to try, but like I said last night, I just couldn't. I gave up, and I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I can stitch on Ada for the rest of my life, and it's not hurting anybody, and it's gonna make me feel better seeing my finished projects and being able to actually work on stuff that I'm happy with. So that's a tomorrow problem. And yeah, those are all the projects that I have to talk about. Oh, actually, I know my channel is primarily about cross stitch, but I have forayed into the world of English paper piecing. So a couple ladies in our meetup group have brought some of their projects, and I was very intrigued by how tiny their little squares were. And I've always wanted to make a quilt, and I barely know how to use a sewing machine, and this kind of gave me hope that I can do it by hand. I already made multiple mistakes with this. I went to our local craft thrift store and I got a bunch of fabric, so I began making the little hexies, the hexagons, and I glued them all super tight, so way too tight. But let me just show you. So I have this cute polka dot pattern, stars, and this ribbon with flowers around it. And look how many I made, so many of them, and I made them all wrong. So but here's like a little stack, and essentially you're just supposed to like make these and then make like a little pattern around them, like sew them together. So then I tried sewing two together, and I glued them so tight that I can't sew them together because there's not enough like give or allowance from the edge of the fabric to be able to get the needle through. So I'm gonna ask for help with this tomorrow night as well, and maybe I can salvage them. And I even ripped one apart because I was like, well, maybe I can just take them off and redo them because these are supposed to be reusable, and it didn't work. So that's fine. If I don't become a master English paper piecer, cool, whatever. This fabric was from thrift store, so I am not contributing to waste because I'll eventually use it. I'll figure it out, and I'll ask for help tomorrow. Anyways, that's all I have to talk about. Wednesday is Juneteenth, so it's a federal holiday, and I will be able to take that off from work. So Wednesday is hopefully going to be like just cross stitch day, and I do have chores to do, so cross stitch and chores is fine, and hopefully I'll be able to make really good progress on Snarky Cat and my other projects. I think goals for the rest of the month are, let's say, half of Halloween Hawthorne Hollow Square. So I'd really like to finish the other black side, the other side of the tree. And I really want to finish Strawberry Ghost this month because I think that would be so nice to have a finish for the year. And I'm like halfway done with it, or halfway done. Can we say this is halfway done? It's half of a ghost. So we're halfway done with the ghost. So hopefully I'll be able to finish that. And then I guess my Memento Mori is kind of like my back burner project when I'm tired of working on all through the 310 of Halloween at Hawthorne Hollow. And if I get frustrated with the cat, I go to this just because it's 14 count. It's 14 count, and he's so cute. So it's a nice break in between projects. So I really want to have a new start. If I finish Strawberry Ghost and let's see, Snarky Cat this month, then maybe I'll be able to bring in another project. I do have all the projects that I started for what was that? 6x12. I did my 6x12 New Year's projects. I haven't finished any of those. Snarky Cat was one of them, and then the Memento Mori is the second one of them. So if I'm able to finish Snarky Cat, then I'll rotate in another one of those projects that I've already started, just to keep it fresh, because I'm starting to lose. I really want to finish. Okay, I think getting to the point where I'm realizing just how long Halloween at Hawthorne Hollow is going to take me if I don't make this a priority every month. Nothing wrong with having projects that you work on for a year, 2 years, 3 years. Go you if you can focus on a project that long. But I can't. Every time I work on something else, I keep thinking I should do a thread in Hawthorne Hollow. I should start working on that one. Like this and this and this. It's just like looming in the back of my mind. So I really want to, I don't know, I guess I don't want to put pressure on myself, but I also don't want to let myself lag, because if I lag, then it's never going to get done. It just won't. So enough about me ranting about that. I hope everybody is staying safe and stitching. I have serious FOMO of everybody that was able to go to StitchCon. But I will live vicariously through you and watch all your videos in your haul. And I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.